How about it, y'all? You got the Lake Seminole Ramblins Fishing Report. I'm your host, Chris Taylor. Thanks for listening. This episode is brought to you by Lake Seminole Outdoors. LSO simply has the best tackle and meat at the lake. Stop in today. Tell them we sent you. In today's show, we will discuss the new kill switch law, fill you in on the fishing report, get a tournament report from Ryan Higgins, and give you the secret word for the LSO $25 gift card giveaway. So make sure you listen till the end. And now, I'm gonna hush. Let's get on with the show. Alright, we are finally doing our Lake Seminole Outdoors $25 gift card giveaway. Here's what you need to do to enter. Head over to Lake Seminole Outdoors Facebook page. Give it a like. Head over to the Lake Seminole Ramblins Facebook page. Give it a like. During this episode, you're going to hear the secret word sometime during this episode here. When you hear the word, head over to our website. That is SeminoleFishingReports.com. And there you'll see a form for the giveaway. You can scroll about a quarter of the way down. Enter your information and the secret word that you heard here on that form, and you are officially entered. You will be required to pick up your prize in person at Lake Seminole Outdoors. There is no purchase necessary, and this is open to all legal U.S. residents 18 plus. The drawing will be done on our Facebook June 15th, 2022. That floating log I was warning y'all about in Jack's Cut, it's drifted back into the run some. It's now closer to where all that hurricane debris is. It's about 100 yards from the Flint River entrance. So that brings up a great point. Why hasn't the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers cleaned up that hurricane debris that's in that run? Or any of the back runs for that matter? Hurricane was in 2018, so what's taking them so long? They got FEMA money and all kind of stuff. I carried a guy last year that was the head contractor for the whole area, and he told me the Corps called him and said, "Don't worry about Jack's Cut. We already got that contracted." Okay, so where's it at? I'm concerned that that area right there is going to lead to some serious issues. So this is questions we need to be asking, because they dang sure don't have a problem coming to talk to us about docks or shoreline modifications or anything else going on. Or if you leave your picnic table on your dock longer than 24 hours, they'll come out there and say something. Why hadn't they made that area of the lake safe? Why do we have channel markers that, instead of replacing them with correct poles, they put a piece of PVC pipe? It's not that I'm trying to say the Corps is bad or anything. They do a pretty decent job most of the time, but there are areas of the lake that need maintenance. And the only way that that's going to get done is if we kind of try to hold them accountable a little bit. We don't mind following their rules. All we ask is they reciprocate. Just give us back what we do for, what we have to follow. Just please give back to us. So we would love to see the lake maintained. I hope I can get to somebody that will understand. This is not about the grass. It's not about crying about any of that. We have some areas that are dangerous that need to be cleaned up, and it's from the hurricane, and we have channel markers that are not replaced. So just a little bit of work on that side and some hurricane debris removal, and the lake will be good. LSO has big bite baits, 30 to 40% off, 2 big bins full of them. All kind of baits, y'all, from the pro package Senkos that have the O-rings built in to the flipping baits and all kind in between. So make sure to stop in there and stock up. Miss Dawn is trying to make room for new baits coming down the pipeline. So go in there, help her move some of those so we can get some new baits in there. So I wanted to share with y'all, this is a friendly reminder about it's new, I guess from last year, but the new kill switch law that went in effect. All outboard operators on any navigable waterway under 26 foot in length, greater than 3 horsepower, manufactured after January 2020. I know that's a lot to take in. You have to use the kill switch. So that's going to be something take note of. If you get safety inspected, they're going to check for that. So make sure you use it. The hot foot alone is not going to cut it anymore. Even though we're used to doing this with tournaments and all that stuff, just make sure you use your kill switch. If you get stopped by DNR or the park rangers, whoever gets safety inspected, that's going to be something they checking out. The first offense is like $100, but $100, that's really doesn't go that far. We really don't want to lose that money nowadays. So, just to let y'all know, Coast Guard's been reminding everybody. So, friendly reminder to y'all. All right, water conditions report. Flint River, regular stain. The morning temps are 79 to 80, warming up to 84 or 86 afternoon temps. Spring Creek, clear. Morning temps 80 degrees, warming to 84, 86 in the afternoon. Fish Pond Drain is clear. Morning temps about 80 degrees, warming to 84, 86. Chattahoochee River, stain. Morning temps 78, warming to 84 in the afternoon. All of the arms have cooled down a touch with the 5 inches of rain we had over the last week. The lake continues to be a foot low at 76.48. Bass fishing slowed a bit early this week with freshwater influx, thunderstorms, and lightning, but rebounded as post-front conditions moved out closer to the weekend. We are catching majority of our fish on worms of varying colors. Most fish we are seeing are feeding on brim, which are feeding on the current mayfly hatch. June bug is a good color to throw, as well as Houdini or watermelon red when they're not eating the June bug. I met Charlie Howard at Big Jim's Ramp this morning. He caught a 7-pounder on the Flint River side. Head over to our Facebook page to see that big old gal. We got a picture of her over there. We were talking this morning. We both found it odd that we hadn't had any strong topwater bites. I caught one this morning, and he only got one bite, lost her at the boat. And we've only caught a few on a frog. What I am seeing is the frog bite is trending a little better in the afternoon than in the morning, but it's still really not what we like to see. But things are a little late this year, so I think it's going to get better as the lake turns on when summer swings into full effect. The crappie report: crappie fishing continues strong this week. Anglers reporting limits all over the lake. Y'all, Seminole produces big slabs in the summer. It's very common to hear the winter times when you need to go crappie fishing. You can catch them out here in the summertime too. It is not a problem to fill the freezer with big slabs. I've been seeing them in 8 to 10 foot water right outside the last bit of grass. Biggest ones I've seen this week have been in the south side of the creek. And your brim report: brim, the new moon is here. Bluegill and shellcracker are on the beds again. Same thing during the full moon. You can drive down the run in the creek and smell them everywhere on the sand points. South area of Sealy's and next to Sealy's Run is full of sand, and that all holds bed and brim. It's a good place to start looking for brim, and it's a good place to bass fish. Tim Trone reports on the catfish that he was fishing Apalachicola River. Flatheads are on fire. Blues are biting, but that's a little slow. A lot of nice fish are brought into the Chat Cat tournament on Sunday morning. Tim is using cut brim heads as his choice of bait. And thank you, Tim. We appreciate any contribution to the report when you can. Reminder to everybody, we have a copy of this podcast on YouTube. Head over there, give us a subscribe. We have plans to eventually offer this podcast in video format in the future. We are also available on Spotify, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts. It would be a huge help to us if you go over there and give us a 5-star rating, a good comment, and a subscribe. Seems insignificant, but it really does go a long way to help us grow. And now we're going to bring in Ryan Higgins with our tournament report.
All right, so this weekend we had the Real Money team event down on the lake. Matt Beatty and Steve Young won with a whopping 26 pounds on a 5-fish bag. We had a river tournament this Saturday up out of the boat basin. It was a little unique. Kind of threw it back to the old school ways. There used to be a trail in Alabama called the One Rod, where you showed up at the boat ramp with one rod and reel, no line on the spool. They gave you a line, or they gave you a spool line, and 3 baits, and you went fishing, and everybody got the same thing. So we brought it back to that a little bit, twisted it up, and changed it. We had a 2-rod event. You could have one bait on one rod, a bait of any choice, and then you could have some sort of plastic on the other rod. You can only have one bag of plastics in the boat for 2 anglers to use. So it was a change up, a river only event, 3 fish. Had a 12 o'clock weigh in. Had a good show out on it. Had 10 boats show up for that. Um, it took right at 11 pounds to win on 3 fish. Bo Parker and his dad Brian won it. They also had big fish at 411. Second place was Blake Daughtry and Hudson Barber. They had 10 pounds. Third was right at just under 10. It was a close event. Good turnout for that. It was neat. It was definitely a challenge to realize you only got 2 rods in the boat, so you don't have the whole arsenal to go through.
Yeah, that ain't
Um,
good for me
no, it wouldn't be good for you.
because I'm bad luck because I usually pick the two baits that they ain't gonna bite on, and so I'll be stuck throwing those all day long, and I'll be like,
So,
man, I need a Cinco.
sounds like you were in my boat. We,
Mhm.
me and my kids fished it, and we caught our 3 fish, but they didn't go for a whole lot. And I had a pattern I'd put together last week, and then we got all that rain, and boy, I was wrong. I did not catch anything doing what I thought I was going to catch them on. Luckily, my son brought a spinnerbait along and cleaned up for me.
Luckily,
Uh, yeah, exactly. Um, so we have next weekend on the 4th of June on Saturday, we have the Gambler event. For those of you that don't know, Gambler hosts an event here on Seminole, and it's a free entrance fee. Doesn't cost you anything to get in. You can sign up, 2-man teams, and you can have a third member in the boat as long as they're under the age of 16. Kicker is you have to use Gambler products. No baits with gamblers on the back, straight Gambler products. Obviously, you can use whatever terminal tackle you need, but as far as the baits of choice, the jigs, all that has to be a Gambler product. That's $1,000 payout this weekend for the top team on that. Pays out through 5 or 6 places. They'll give away, if it's anything like the rest of them have been, Chuck will give away all sorts of Gambler baits and goodies at the weigh-in too. So y'all come out, get in that. It doesn't cost anything. It's free entrance fee. And you can literally win $1,000 in cash and not have to pay to enter. Uh, they're biting a worm. Gambler's got. I'm gonna say tell people about it. Gambler's got a 13-inch worm, a ribbon tail. We'll yeah, we'll leave it right there. Um, yeah, go out and get you some though before they sell out this week. Head down to LSO and get you some from Miss Dawn. What do we got on Father's Day week on Saturday? The 18th, we have the Jason Davis Memorial event. Just a refresher on what that is. Jason was unfortunately killed in a boating accident earlier this spring while fishing a tournament. Collided with another boat and lost his life on it. So they're going to have a memorial event Father's Day, Saturday, the 18th of June, out of the Bainbridge Boat Basin. $60 entrance fee, 2-man team, 5 fish limit. The CRPT trail is the one hosting it. All their rules apply. Uh, it's going to be 100%. All the money that's used for the entrance fees is going straight to his family to help offset some of his expenses. They're going to give away all sorts of good prizes, though, and instead of the cash. So it'll be well worth your time. Actually, we're giving away a half-day trip for a prize in there. So, like I said, I'll be taking somebody out on a half-day trip, whoever wins that one, as well as with that half-day trip comes a night at our Airbnb down on the lake right in front of the 75 run. So, shoot, I may just pick you up from the dock.
yeah, unfortunately, we've had a lot of boating accidents that have happened in the past few months. I mean, there was a young 17-year-old angler that was killed last week up Hartwell or Lanier. I think it was Hartwell, and collided with a cabin cruiser. I don't really know the details of the accident, but that's pretty devastating to that area. I have a buddy that's a guide on Lanier, and he took him fishing a few times, and fish the Fish North Georgia guys were talking about it. It's just a real devastating blow. And then today I saw there was a 2 boat accident in the Savannah River over by Wilmington Island, and the Coast Guard was rescuing some folks out of the water there. I believe there was a couple fatalities. So, at the beginning of the podcast, I talked about last year's new law that uh, vessels under 26 foot and greater than 3 horsepower, you have to use a kill switch. It's part of the law now. Y'all make sure you're safe out there. Wear your life jacket, wear your kill switch, slow down. If there's a bunch of people on the water, especially Memorial Day and stuff like that, take your time. Just like Brian Latimer said, he made a real good post today. Um, Talking about bass fishermen, we're on the lake more than anybody, and it's kind of our responsibility to set an example and help other folks out. So, and we're all guilty of getting frustrated with people that don't know what they're doing, and you know, all of that. But try to keep a level head this weekend. To come, Monday coming up with Memorial Day, and as coming into the summer months. And be safe because everybody wants to go home to your family, and it's not worth running into somebody, or running over somebody, or not wearing your life jacket and get ejected, and your boat's running wild all over the river. And there is a video from a few years ago where a guy was, I don't know if he was trying to retrieve a cell phone from the front deck or whatever he was doing while he was on plane, but he didn't have his kill switch on and he fell out of the boat. And the boat is under power on plane, just running wild everywhere. And there's nothing more dangerous than a out of control boat. So bottom line is just be safe out there, y'all.
Yep, it's that time of year. We're gonna see more people at the boat ramps that don't know what they're doing. You yelling at them ain't gonna make it no better. So just be patient. You'll get your boat in the water eventually. And like I said, try to be a good example. It's where the first ones everyone notices when we do something wrong. That's for
That's right.
sure.
Oh yeah, they love to point out if we do something. And then the Tuesday night tournament was canceled, right?
No, the Thursday and I don't. The Tuesday night took like 15 pounds last weekend. I'm gonna be on or last week. I don't remember who won that. It was like 15 pounds. And then the Thursday nighter was supposed to start back. The Seminole Sticks Thursday nighters at a Bainbridge boat basin, but due to some inclement weather, they canceled it and they moved it to later on in the season. So our first event will be Thursday, June 9th at a Bainbridge boat basin. 6:30 to 9:30. Fishing times 3 fish. $55 covers big fish. Y'all come out and see us. It's a great team trail. Everybody gets along in there, and they catch some big sacks too. So y'all come on out and come see us next Thursday.
Yeah, so next week we'll have a lot to talk about with the conclusion of the Gambler tournament, and either we're going to suck or we're going to do good, or maybe we'll win. That'd be cool. But we'll definitely have some details to share with folks about that.
We're gonna
And
be there either way.
yeah, we'll be there. That's for sure. And yeah, y'all remember to come out for the Jason Davis tournament. We always try to push the benefit tournaments a little bit harder. Try to help his family out. It's just such a tragic thing, and we always like to see new faces in these evening tournaments, whether it's the Tuesday night or the Thursday night. Come on out. It's fishing different areas of the lake, but it's still a lot of fun. It's good brotherhood, and it's a good time to talk a little smack if you like to do that too. But you better be able to back it up. That's just how it goes. So, well, Ryan, till next week, buddy. I appreciate you coming on and giving us your tournament report as always.
All right, man. Well, you have a good one. Happy Memorial Day, and everyone, y'all be safe. Remember why we really get this 3-day weekend. See a vet, thank them for what they do. Offer to take them fishing. Y'all have a safe weekend.
All right, the LSO gift card giveaway secret word is Seminole. Head over to SeminoleFishingReports.com and you'll see the entry form about quarter way down. Go ahead and enter it in over there, and you'll be entered for our drawing, which will occur on June 15th, 2022. Thank y'all for participating, and we look forward to presenting the winner to y'all soon. You've been listening to the Lake Seminole Ramblins Fishing Report. I'm your host, Chris Taylor. Thanks for listening. Make sure to head over to our website at www.seminolefishingreports.com, and over there you'll find a written copy of this report, a guide on how to run the lake, and more. And while you're there, check out our friends, Treasy Cuts Tree Service, Grassy Cuts Lawn and Landscape, Lake Seminole Outdoors, Extreme Tent and Detailing, B3 Property Management, Spring Creek Park Resort, At Ease Campground and Marina, and Seminole Guide Service. Appreciate you listening to this episode, and until next time, we'll see y'all later.